This is BB coming to you from our cabin in Hamilton, and I have a story I want to share with you today. It is called Mia, and this was given to me by my friend Latoya Bryant Contreras, and it was written and illustrated by her friend Megan Santana. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. Mia, written and illustrated by Megan Santana and dedicated to her son Malachi. Mia. Wake up, Mia's mom shouted. Hurry or you'll be late for school. Mia jumped out of her bed and threw on her clothes. She was so happy because today was a very big day. Mia's family moved to a new city halfway through the school year, so it was Mia's first day in a new school. Mia rushed to get ready and hopped in the car to leave. When they arrived at her new school, she noticed it was much smaller than her old one. Nevertheless, she was so excited to meet her new teacher and classmates. As she walked down the hallway of the school, Mia started to get nervous and was holding her mother's hand tightly. When she entered into her classroom, she saw so many faces. Hello there, said a voice. It was her teacher, Mrs. Fritz. You must be Mia, she said. I am, replied Mia. Well, we are so happy you are here. How about I show you your new desk, said Mrs. Fritz. Mia hugged her mom, not wanting to let go. Her mom looked at her and said, It's okay. Everything will be all right. I'll be back to get you as soon as school is over. After Mia's mom left, she then slowly followed Mrs. Fritz to her desk. Mia felt like the day was going well. She was having fun in her class and liked her teacher very much. When the bell rang for lunch, the kids grabbed their lunch bags and made their way to the cafeteria. In the cafeteria, there were several tables already filled with kids. Mia was so overwhelmed and didn't know where to sit. She saw a table with a girl she recognized from her class and sat down beside her. All the girls looked at her strangely, and then the girl from her class turned to her and said, I'm sorry, you cannot sit here with us. Mia was very confused. She replied to her, Why not? The girl responded, Because you don't look like us. Mia's eyes filled with tears as she got up and went to search for another table. She spotted a table in the back corner of the room that was empty, so she decided she would sit there for lunch that day. When Mia returned to her classroom, she couldn't think of anything except for what had happened to her at lunch. She didn't understand what the girl meant by you don't look like us. Finally, the school day was over. Mia waited on the sidewalk with her teacher for her mom to arrive. When her mother arrived, she asked Mia, So how was your first day at your new school? Mia immediately burst into tears and told her mom what had happened to her at lunch. Her mom was sad to hear that happened to her. She suggested she try another table the next day. When it was time for bed, Mia said a prayer asking God for things to be better at school. The next morning, when Mia woke up, she wasn't excited. Instead, she was nervous about how today was going to go at lunch. Sorry, I'm getting an ant bite. Mia sat in her desk and kept looking at the clock, waiting for the lunch bell to ring. When it was time for lunch, Mia was standing in the middle of the cafeteria. She saw another table with an open seat and sat down there. The kids at the table did not seem very happy she was there either. As she started to pull her lunch from her bag, the girl beside her said, What are you doing? You cannot sit here with us. Mia asked her, Why not? And the girl replied, Because you do not look like us. With tears streaming down her face, Mia stood up and ran to the restroom. Why is this happening to me? She thought. She waited in the restroom until The bell rang for lunch to be over and it was time to go back to class. For the rest of the school day, Mia was overwhelmed with sadness. She couldn't wait for the school day to end. When her mom arrived, she asked Mia again how her day went. Mia could barely speak. She was trying so hard to hold back her tears. She asked her mom if she could go back to her old school. Mia's mom knew it didn't go well and asked what had happened. Mia told her everything. Her mother said she was going to have a talk with her teacher to see what was going on. Mia pleaded with her mom not to. She was afraid it would get the girls into trouble and they would never like her for sure. That night at dinner, Mia's father asked her about what was happening at her school. Her parents knew why the kids were saying that her parents knew why the kids were saying what they were to her. They decided they needed to talk with her about it. Mia's mother was white and her father was black, so Mia was both. She was the only one like that in her new school. That was the first time Mia ever heard anything about this. It just seemed normal to her. That night, Mia went to bed and prayed to God to make her look like everyone else. She did not want to be different. She just wanted to fit in and have friends. The next day, she woke up certain that God had answered her prayer. She ran into the mirror to look at, and to her dismay, nothing changed. She was the same Mia she was the days before. That day, she sat alone in the restroom again for the entire lunchtime. When she got home, her dad came into her room to talk with her. He was so upset watching Mia go through this. He sat down beside her and began telling her about God. He told her how He made everyone to be different, and that's what makes you special. Mia smiled and hugged her dad as tightly as she could. She thanked him for telling her this. Mia felt much better after their talk. She knew exactly what she needed to do the next day. Morning came and Mia was eager to get to school. When she arrived, she asked the teacher if she could talk to the class about something she had learned. Mia stood in front of the class and told them about how we are all made different, and that's what makes us special. No matter how the class felt about what she was saying, Mia knew God had made her perfect, just the way she was. That day at lunchtime, Mia sat alone at the back table in the corner again, except this time all her classmates asked to join her. Mia grinned from ear to ear. God did answer her prayer, just not the way she expected. More of the students saw what was happening, and they all wanted to join the table. Mia was so happy that God changed the hearts of her classmates. She couldn't wait to go home and tell her parents all about the great news. That night, Mia went to bed as happy as can be, but before she closed her eyes to sleep, she said a prayer to God, thanking Him for making her exactly how she was. The end. Wow. Mia didn't need to change, but God softened the hearts of her classmates and helped her to fit in just the way she is. You know, we're all different in so many different ways, and that is what makes us special. We wouldn't want to be any other way. Y'all have a great day.